Well, hello, friends. Real quick before we kick off the episode, I have to let you know about something exciting. I am seriously considering having an upgraded version of this podcast where you get bonus episodes and exclusive content. But here's the deal, I'm trying to decide what that content and those episodes should be. I do have some ideas, and I was wondering if you could vote really quick and tell me what you think about what would entice you, what would be interesting to you to get as bonus episodes on this podcast. For example, deeper dives into topics. Maybe I'm answering questions that many of you ask about starting or growing a business. Maybe even overhearing coaching calls, something like this. It would be a paid, upgraded version of this podcast, not very expensive at all, probably just a handful of dollars a month, but it be extra content for you to help you along your journey. My whole goal is to help you build your business dream. And I would love to offer you even more because some of you are asking for it. So if you could just look down in the show notes right now, there's two ways you can give me your answers. Number one, I have a Google form with 5 quick questions. It can be anonymous. You just answer them and vote on what would be interesting to you. Or number two, I have a voice memo system. You can just click it and you could just leave a voice memo with your phone right now and just record it and tell me what kind of topics, what things would be interesting to you behind the scenes, market news, what would be things that would be extra that would be really valuable to you. So thank you all so much. Okay, on to the episode.
Well, hello, this is Kimberly Brock, and for over 20 years, I've been running my own businesses that have not only been profitable, but personally fulfilling to me. So now I'm on a mission to help other new business owners just like you make money doing what you love too. Now we're going to have some fun, so let's get started. Well, hello, this is Kimberly. I am so glad that you're here today because I'm talking about selling and sales. And some of you are like, wait, what? I don't want to be an icky salesperson. No, I don't want you to be an icky salesperson. But today I'm going to give you the approach that you need. It's super simple. So stay tuned, listen to the whole episode because I've got a lot of good stuff for you in this. If you're new, welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. I have no doubt that this podcast will help you along your business journey. First things first, if you're on Facebook, get in my Facebook group. Scroll down right now, apply to get in. It's so much fun. Amazing women, all building their businesses too. So make sure you do that and hit follow right now. If you're an Apple Podcast or whatever player you're in, they changed the word from subscribe to follow. So hit follow so you don't miss out on any future episodes. Okay. And then I also have some free goodies for you, like a 16-step checklist to get your business started and a guide to help you nail down your business idea. So scroll down right now, see all of those while you're listening. Okay. And if you have been listening a while, thank you so much to all my loyal listeners. Y'all are awesome. And I want to read a review really quick. So this review is from Kate Bertram, and it says, I love listening. I've always felt a longing for something more. After stumbling upon this podcast and binge listening, I am finally starting to get ideas of what I want to do. Kimberly is so encouraging and full of knowledge. Love it. Thank you so much, Kate. That was so kind. Thank you very, very much. And if you have found value in this podcast too, and you've never rated it, would you do me a huge favor and hit 5 stars right now if you're in Apple Podcasts or whatever player you're in? Just hit that rating really quick. And if you have 30 seconds or a minute to write a written review like Kate did, that would mean so much to me. And I can't help but think that it tells Apple and Spotify and Google and all the players that this podcast is worth listening to. So I appreciate it so much. Thank you, Kate. This means so much. Okay, on to the episode. Well, hello, everyone. I'm so glad you're here because I'm sharing with you 3 questions that you need to ask yourself today about selling. 3 questions. We're going to go through them. I know some of you that are new business owners, you've never had a business before, maybe you've never been in sales. You're nervous. You're nervous about how you're going to, quote, sell. You don't think you're really good at selling. You don't know if you have what it takes, and the list goes on. I want to say this right off the bat. Selling doesn't have to be sleazy or icky. It can actually be an act of kindness for someone. And you're like, what? Selling is kindness? Well, it can be. Because if you know you offer something that could truly help them, You would be doing a disservice to them if you didn't offer it to them and at least explain how it could help them. I mean, let's say there was a cure for cancer and you had it. And I came up to you and I said, I have cancer. I'm so mad. I wish there was a cure. And if you didn't share it with me or you didn't point out this awesome product that you have and the benefits that it could have for me, then you would be doing me a disservice if you knew that it was exactly what I needed, right? And I think that's our goal with our businesses is to find those people that we know our product or service is perfect for. Like when I sold monogram gifts, right? All kinds of personalized people who loved monogrammed things. I'm like, oh my gosh, you have to see this new necklace. Oh my goodness, you have to see this new bag. It was never selling because I was just so excited about it because I knew if they loved monogram stuff, they'd be obsessed with these bags, just like I was, right? That was actually selling when I was talking to them, but not selling in the way that you might be thinking of it as sleazy. I'm letting them in on something that can make a difference for them, that will make them happy, or that will save them time, or that will make them feel better or look better. So think about your business right now or your business idea. What is the value that it would bring? That your product or service, what is the value? What's the difference that it would make for people? So just kind of think about that right now. I don't know if you're driving, walking, whatever you're doing. What's the difference that you make for people? And I want you to think about this ideal person in your head that would love it or benefit from it or would really need it. And think how awesome it would be to get to share this with them and say, oh my goodness, then you will love this. You will be so excited. How fun is that feeling? Right? And that's your goal in your business is to find those people. So how do we find those people, first of all? Well, there's a lot of things that go into that. But first of all, as a new business owner, you have to put yourself out there. So you're doing that, right? You're telling people about your business. You're starting to share about it, right? Well, if you're doing that now as a new business owner, you're on the right path. You just keep moving along, okay? And getting your business name and what you do out into the world so that your friends can tell other friends who may need what you offer. So let's go into 3 questions that you can ask yourself today about your selling techniques. Okay. So just think about this. And even if you haven't totally sold, this is kind of a litmus test you can put before yourself. You can put it before you so that you can figure out where you're at and find your sweet spot when it comes to selling. Okay. The first question is, are you underselling right now? Are you underselling? What does that mean? Underselling means not having confidence in what you're doing. It means you're afraid to put yourself out there. You're afraid to tell people about how you can help them. You're afraid to take initiative in terms of either getting your name out there or even if you're right in front of someone at the point of sale, you're afraid to offer it. Because you're just scared. And I want to point this out to you and make you realize that if you are giving off a vibe of low self-confidence, your people will feel it. And if they feel it, do you really think they want to give you money for your product or service? As good as they might think it is, but if you don't look sure of yourself or the product, do you think they will be? Are you underselling? Are you undervaluing what your product or service can do for people? Right? It doesn't matter what you're selling. I have people in my Grow Getters group, for example, Dina. I can think of her. She makes cards. And I saw a little video of what she was doing the other day. It looked like some bookmarks too, which is super exciting. She makes handmade greeting cards. And for people that appreciate giving a nice card, a handmade card, they will love what she offers. But if she never shows up anywhere on social or tells her friends what she does or doesn't, pay the money to have a booth at a show coming up, no one knows. She can't help those people. Those people are looking for a handmade card. They're looking for something more special to give than just a regular card. I love giving special gifts like that. As you know, I have a history of a business I had a long time with personalized gifts. I'm big into personalization. I love to give thoughtful gifts. And to me, her cards and goodies are thoughtful. because they show a level of extra thought and care, right? And so for me, she doesn't even have to sell me on them. If I show up and I see them, I probably will want to buy them, right? But if she never shows up, how will I ever know about them? If she has such low confidence that she is scared to put her stuff out there, I will never be served. So think about it for you, for your business, whatever it is. Maybe you're a life coach. I have Sheila in my Grow Getters group who's a life coach. She will make a major difference for people. I have career coaches in my group. I'm thinking of Dawn. I'm thinking of Tiffany. So they are making a difference in people's lives, a big difference. But if they never put themselves out there, lives will not be changed. Okay, so it doesn't matter whether you're selling cards or something super life-changing. It doesn't matter. If you never show up, you never have the confidence to show up, you never value yourself or value what you do, then you're underselling, you're undervaluing yourself, and no one will know and no one's lives will be better because you didn't show up. So ask yourself today, am I underselling? I hope you're not. I hope you're not. Let's go to the second question you can ask yourself. Are you overselling? Ooh, what's overselling? Overselling is someone being really annoying. That's my definition. I don't know if that's in the dictionary, but that's my definition. I've told you this before. In my local mall, there is like these kiosks in the middle of the mall with these people that have lotions or some kind of skin cream. I don't even know because I won't even look over there because they're so annoying every time I go to the mall, which I haven't gotten to go a lot recently, but my daughter and I were in there before and they were like waving their cards in front of us and trying to, wrangle me over to their booth so they could help my wrinkles on my face. Okay, it's all good. That's what they were doing. I wasn't about to go over there. They were annoying. My daughter Ava said, "Mom, they're annoying." I'm like, yes, they are. They are overselling. Another example of someone overselling where you can feel it, like they're maybe maybe you can feel their graspiness and desperation for money. I went to a mattress store and the guy was like all over us and then started directing us to other mattresses. And I could tell he was not listening to my husband and I when we were needing to pick out our mattress and our problems and what we didn't like about our current mattress. He wasn't listening. He was directing us where he wanted to go. We walked out of there and I said, I know he's getting some kind of kickback. We used to call it a spiff when I was in sales. It's where the manufacturers would give you like a bonus or a kickback if you sold their product over other products that were similar that you were, able to sell. And I could feel it. I could feel his desperation. I could feel him moving us. And I didn't feel that it was in our best interest. I thought it was in his best interest, right? Another example of overselling is like my husband told me this, and I think I've shared this with y'all before too, is that he is a VP of a sales organization for a high-tech company. And they had told him in a meeting once, just make sure, that they had a guest speaker. And the guest speaker said, just make sure when you're going into the different companies that you're not wee-wing all over them. And that means you're not walking in talking about, well, our company is this. We have this many awards. We are number one in this. We have made this much money. Like you cannot go into it that way. That is never how you, quote, sell anyone or inspire. You will not inspire anyone by coming out of the gate being overbearing, annoying, out of desperation, none of that. Okay? If you're overselling, you're turning people off. And if you immediately turn them off, it's hard to get them back. It's kind of like you hear this, like you've got to make like 7 or 10, I don't even know what the stat is now, 7 or 10 good impressions after one bad impression to change someone's mind. It's probably way more than that. So it just means one bad moment can cause someone to not trust you for a while and not want to be around for a really long time. You'd have to redeem yourself many times over to win their heart back, right? Think about that. You've been to places, think about it, where people have oversold you. They've tried to persuade you. Cars, some car dealerships try to do this and you feel like it's not in your best interest. You feel like it's all about their interest. That's what overselling is. It's like this overconfidence that's bothersome and it's off-putting. Don't be overselling. If you meet people and you're talking about your new business, don't walk up and say, "Oh, I'm this. What do you do?" Like, do not be annoying. You can talk to people first and say, oh, what do you do? And they say, oh, I work at the bank. And you're like, oh, cool. And then if they ask you, what do? You can say, oh, I make handbags. And they'd be like, oh, cool. Or they're women's handbags or what? And then you can explain what you do. And you can talk about how your bags are different or how they make a difference for people or the real reason behind why you started these bags because you felt like there was other bags in the world that were not this way and you wanted to fill that gap, right? We could go into that for a long time. My point is, you don't go into any of this meeting people or having people at your booth or your store or online in your emails, in your social media, on your lives, being annoying and being overbearing so that they never want to come back to you. You want them to like you. Everything is about the know, like, and trust factor, and you have to build that. And by overselling, you're turning people away. I hope you're not overselling. If you are, stop yourself today because there's a better way. Okay. So we've talked about underselling. We've talked about overselling. Now ask yourself, when you are presenting your product or service to people, are you speaking from the heart? Are you speaking to the difference it can make for people? Are you speaking to why you decided to make your product or service or offer it this way versus the way other people are offering it? Are you inspiring people? And I think for almost any industry that you're in, whatever kind of business you have, product, service, event business, store, combination of products and services, whatever it is, you should be inspiring people to take action in their life. Okay, so that they can either fix something, save themselves time, make themselves better, make themselves look better, make themselves feel better. There's so many benefits, right, of what your product or service could offer them, right? You should be speaking to that always and how maybe past clients, it's made a difference. Or if you don't have any past clients yet, that's okay. It's the vision around why you decided to start this business. You saw a need for something. What is the need? When I meet people and I say, yeah, I help women start businesses. Like I met someone that my husband worked with the other day. And I'm like, yeah, I help women get their businesses started and growing. And I just talked normally, right? I wasn't saying like a script. And they're like, oh, how cool. So like what kind of businesses? And I'm like, actually, it's mainly passion-based business. I mean, there's all kinds of businesses that I help and Grow Getters and Just Start and even in the free groups. And I don't say that, but I'm just telling you that. But I say, oh, it's all kinds. It's mostly passion-based and it's something that they've wanted to do. Some of them have a hobby or some of them had a lifelong calling where they knew they were meant for more. They wanted to turn it into a business. They just didn't know how. And they didn't know if they could do it. And they didn't know if they had what it takes. So I help clear that up so they can get it going and actually start making money. Okay, what if I had said, well, I help women start businesses. Do you have any women in your life that want to start a business? Because I've got a course and it's been really popular. And then I have this Grow Getters, which, oh my gosh, it did so much better than I thought. And so many people got into my launch. Like, what if I talked like that? Just imagine that. Speak from the heart. That is your rule. That is your rule. If you remember nothing from this episode at all today, you remember that selling is inspiring and that if you speak from the heart, you will inspire. So when you're meeting people, if you're at the point of sale, if you're on a live, if you're emailing, if you're on social media, whatever you're doing, you're always speaking from the heart in terms of how you can help people. Okay? It's not about you wee-weeing all over them and talking about all your accolades. It's not about you being low self-confidence either. It's about you standing in your power and knowing in your heart you were made for this. You were made for this moment to get to share your business with someone and say, yes, I started this because of this. Because there was nowhere around. Like I'm thinking of Stacy. She's in Grow Getters, right? She just opened her own Pilates location and she used to work at another location. Now she owns her own. She's a business owner. She helps people reduce their back pain by doing Pilates, right? People don't know that they can actually help their back pain with Pilates. And imagine her telling someone, right? If someone said, I have back pain, and she'd say, oh gosh, that's terrible. You know, so many people suffer. What have you tried? And they would say, oh my gosh, I've been to doctors. I've been to this. I've been to that. And then she could say, Well, actually, a lot of people don't realize that Pilates exercises can actually help relieve a lot of that back pain. And they'd be like, really? You could say, yes. In fact, I have clients right now in my classes that their back pain is almost gone because they've been coming twice a week and blah, blah, blah. I'm totally making this up. Stacy didn't tell me this, but I'm just sharing this. How much better is that conversation than, oh, I own a Pilates studio. You should come. Here's a coupon. You can come tomorrow. I have a class at 5. Do you want to go ahead and sign up right now? Totally annoying. Like, just imagine how annoying that would be. Okay? We're not underselling. We're having confidence. We're not overselling. We are keeping calm. We are inspiring, and we are speaking from the heart. We're talking about how we help people and make a difference in their lives. We're not talking about our awards and how great we are, and we're not talking out of desperation. We're speaking from the heart. We're inspiring people who need our help into action. Selling is inspiring people who need your help, who could use what you have, who would love it, who their life would be better by using you, right? You are inspiring those people into action. That's it. That's what selling is. So everybody can relax and take a deep breath. You don't have to learn sales skills right now. You just have to be able to speak from the heart. If you're a new business owner, that's what I want you to do. That's your homework. How can you speak from the heart to the next person that you talk to about your business, or the next post you share, or the next live you're on? How can you speak from the heart? Because that's going to get you so far. People will see you as authentic. They will start believing you. And then you're not selling. You're not worried about you talking about how great your product is. You're talking about why you have felt called to start this business. All of you have a true calling for this. You have a reason, whether it's baking, whether it's creating, whether you're an artist, whether you're a jeweler, a bag maker, whether you make spices, whether you make trays, whether you make bags, whether you're a coach, whether you're a career consultant, it doesn't matter. You are making people's lives better by what you do. Show up and share it with confidence and speak from the heart. That's it. That's how you sell. Okay? So I'm so excited you're here. Also, I want to invite you today, if you are just starting your business, but you are totally confused about this process, you don't even know the approach to take, you don't know how to make sure you're starting with a really strong foundation, I do have a course for you. It's called Just Start. You can log in now. It's got a private podcast even just for you so that you can get this business started right. And then when my Grow Getters doors open at some point, soon, hopefully, you can jump in. Grow Getters is my program for new business owners. It's ongoing help. So you have a business home base. You have somewhere to turn with people like you who are building businesses, doing what they love. You get trained, you get coached, the whole 9 yards. It's so awesome. I wish I would have had this with my businesses. That's why I started Grow Getters. So I want to invite you to get on the wait list for that so you can at least get notified when the pricing comes out, to see if it's for you. So you'll be notified of pricing and dates when the doors open. And I only open them for a few days, okay? And I may open them one more time here in 2021. And they'll for sure open again early 2022. So I'd love to have you in there. So again, if you're starting a business, confused about how to get this thing started right, grab my Just Start course. You can log in and get started right now, and then get on the wait list for Grow Getters, because I would love to help you and love to support your journey as you make this business dream happen. That's it. Y'all have a great day. Bye now.
Now, this episode may be over, but our relationship does not have to end here. Head on over to KimberlyBrock.com, and yes, you can get more valuable information for your journey. And you know what? You don't need to go through this alone. I would love to help you. Thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye.